Hello, Paul is the best for UK here, and welcome to the Sinclair Spectrum Shorts. In episode 4 I will be looking at the ZX Spectrum Plus 2 Grey model. This computer was released after Amstrad took over the Spectrum line. You will notice that the keyboard is very basic looking compared to the Spectrum 48 Plus and Toast Rack, and all the commands are not printed on the keys. It actually looks more like a PC keyboard now. First thing you'll probably notice about this computer compared to the Toast Rack is the addition of a built-in cassette recorder, namely the data recorder. This was connected directly to the Spectrum's motherboard inside, so external tape recorders were no longer required. It was also tuned to Spectrum specification, so volume and treble is also not required. The computer follows a resemblance of the Amstrad 464, which also had a built-in data recorder. The computer came with a pack called the Soft 888 pack, which was a nice compilation of games to get you started. Games such as Treasure Island, Crazy Golf, Alien Destroyer, Oh Mummy, Disco Dan, and of course Punchy were included. Some people like the Grey Plus 2 and consider it the last real Spectrum. The reason is because later models sometimes had compatibility issues with certain games and programs. Like the Toast Rack, it has an AY sound chip, 128K of RAM and built-in 48 basic. There is also 128 basic and a calculator. Most of 128K basic is compatible with 48K basic apart from a few exceptions, notably AY programming, and of course the 48 didn't have an AY sound chip. The CPU is a Z80 running at 3.5469 MHz, has 8 16K RAM chips making 128 kilobytes and 32 kilobytes of ROM. Colours are 8 on screen, normal or bright mode. The AY is a Yamaha AY38912, which is capable of 3 channels and 8 octaves. To connect the computer to a TV like previous models, it has a UHF modulator and RGB like the Toast Rack. It contains a MIDI output port also. A big difference also is this is the first Spectrum line to have joystick ports actually built in, but these were prior to SJS interface, which was not wired the same as the more common Atari based joysticks. You could get adapters to convert them to work in the ports, but mainly just use an interface for Kempson based setups. It was also the first Spectrum to have a reset switch. Even though this is an Amstrad product, the only reference to Amstrad is on screen, so no Amstrad logos or wording is on the computer itself. The computer came out in the United Kingdom in 1986 and had an initial price tag of £200. Here is a couple of games. This is Ninja Massacre. Ninja Massacre was released by Codemasters and it was a sort of Gauntlet-like clone. Cybernoid from House and Consultants was a difficult shooter but very fun game. The Untouchables was a movie licensed game. It was very nice on the Spectrum. It had music all the way through and it was a good shooter. Side scrolling left, right, up and down. And there were different mini games in the game. Thank you for watching part 4 of the Sinclair Spectrum shorts.